All right, welcome in everybody. This is the Stark Media Team YouTube channel, and we are live from the campus of Akron University at InfoCision Stadium for part 2 of the Akron Holy War this season. It is the Hoban Knights taking on the St. Vincent St. Mary Irish. Drew Sarachman joining you here with Coach Mike Cook. This is the first time we've done 2 Summit County teams this week on Stark Media, this year on Stark Media channel. So if you're wondering, who the heck are these guys? Well, I'll be on the play-by-play. I spent 4 years as the offensive coordinator at Archbishop Hoban. I'll do my best to stay partial here tonight on this broadcast. And I'm joined by Coach Mike Cook, who's currently the defensive coordinator at Glen Oak High School down in Canton. He spent time coaching at John Carroll University, Toledo, Notre Dame College. Before that, he was the head coach at St. Thomas Aquinas for 3 years, where he won the Division VI Coach of the Year award in the state of Ohio. So welcome to the broadcast, Mike. We'll talk to you in a little bit. First, we're going to talk about some of our sponsors before we preview this Hoban St. Vincent St. Mary game. If you're interested in advertising with Stark Media, give us a shout at starkmediateam@gmail.com. First off, we've got C.H. Valves and Associates for all your home, auto, life insurance, and financial service needs at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. You can give Chris a call at 330-494-2776. Simon Says Promotions, which is an umbrella company over many companies in the city of Massillon. Shout out to owner J.P. Simon there, who's the defensive line coach at Massillon. They're located in the old Checkered Flag building at 256 Erie Street South and at 59 Lincoln Way East in Massillon. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, located in the Portage Lakes. No job is too big or too small for McNeil & Sons. You can contact them at 330-606-1126. The Spirit of Stark, In their new home at 409 Erie Street North in Massillon, they can fulfill any T-shirt order, custom embroidery, big or small. They got state-of-the-art equipment. They can do 1,500 shirts in one night if you need them to do that. So if you need any type of apparel, you can give them a call at 330-806-6745. The Quarry Golf and Event Center down south of Canton there sponsors our scoreboard. So all the scoring updates tonight you'll hear are from the Quarry Golf and Event Center. Ben Wallenberg's Chocolates and Nuts, located in the Fulton Drugs Plaza across from Stadium Park down in Canton. He's taking holiday orders now. He makes everything fresh daily. So if you don't know what to get your employees or aunt or uncle anything for Christmas, give Ben a call down there at Canton and he will hook you up. Lindsay's Pizza, one of our newer sponsors here, located in Whipple Plaza over in Jackson Township. John Lindsay supports all Stark County athletics, and he was happy to join us here at Stark Media. Leathernecks Nation MC. They sponsor our injury report. We'll get to them in a little bit. And then at the end of the game, we will announce our finallyhereohio.com player of the game. Chris McCready's and his team are located at 1201 30th Street Northwest in Canton. And you can contact them at 330-492-1212 or visit them at finallyhereohio.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. So, as we said, we are on the campus of Akron University for this OHSAA Division II Region 5 playoff matchup between the Archbishop Hoban Knights coming in at 11-1, the 1 seed, and St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish coming in at 8-3. They're the 5 seed. Mike, this is a beautiful stadium.
It is. Very beautiful stadium.
Yeah. When you were coaching at Toledo, how does this stadium match up to the rest of them in the MAC?
I think it's one of the better stadiums in the MAC. I mean, new turf, newer facilities.
Mm-hmm.
They always had a great indoor. And when I was at Toledo, we were building an indoor at the time, and we were kind of catching up with some of those other MACs. And I think Akron was always on top of all the other MAC schools as far as facilities go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me adjust my mic here for a second. So this matchup here, Hoban St. V, obviously it's been going on for a long time. We'll talk about kind of the history of this matchup before we get into what's going on right now. We are about 7 minutes from game time. St. Vincent St. Mary band is on the field. Hoban in this series has won 10 straight games dating back to 2015. 2 of them are playoff games. This playoff game is only the 3rd time that these teams have met in the playoffs since they've been playing. And Hoban has won both of those matchups so far. Hoban, like we said, they've won 10 straight, dating back to 2015. This series has been a series of streaks. St. V, from 2007 to 2014, won 8 straight games. And before that, 98 to 06, Hoban won 9 straight. Hoban leads the all-time series 27-21. Both teams have 6 state championships, which is very impressive. St. Vincent St. Mary in 72, 81, 82, 88, 2012, and 2013. And then Hoban's are all recently, 2015, 16, which I had the opportunity to be a part of there as the offensive coordinator. Those are great, really fun years. 2017, 2018, and 2020. A lot of history in this matchup. A lot of these students, it's not like just some of these CYO schools are strictly Hoban feeder schools or strictly St. Vincent, St. Mary feeder schools. They kind of all mix, and they choose to go where they choose all the time. We're going to pause real quick for the national anthem. So, national anthem is over. We are about 4 minutes from kickoff. We talked about it. This is the second meeting between St. V and Hoban this year. Hoban won the first game. It was a 28-14 victory in Week 17 at Green Street Stadium. A close game.
Yeah.
I think Hoban in that game had a lot of penalties.
Yeah. I talked to Coach Terrell a little bit ago, and he said they had 18 penalties that game. And, they said that, they had drives going, and then they got held back. And so it kind of, didn't late in the game, they said that St. V's got some penalties, which ended up scoring late. I think they were up 21-0.
Mm-hmm.
St. V's ended up scoring based off penalties and things like that. So,
yeah, but, this St. Vincent St. Mary team has really been playing well lately. Huge win last week over Austintown Fitch. They beat Fitch 21-14. This St. V team has been running the ball really well. Like we said, they're the 5 seed. Hoban is 11-1. Their sole losses to St. Ed's. Last week they beat Barberton 41-13. Let's talk about some of the keys of the game here. And, Mike, you can go first.
Yeah, the big thing I think tonight is turnovers. With the weather, it's been a steady rain, all day today. Who's going to hold on to the ball? Who's going to force turnovers? Is it going to affect the kicking game? There isn't really a lot of wind, but there is a lot of rain, so that could come into play as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just defenses, stopping the run. I think both of these teams are based off running the football. So can they stop the run and get off the field? And win third down and things like that. So that's going to be a big key in today's game is just stopping the run for both for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then 2 top defensive players they have. Both teams have 2 really good defensive linemen. St. V's has Bryson Getz, and then Hoban has Jason Martin. 2 good defensive linemen. They're going to be counting on them to stop the run. Like I said, 2 power football teams like to run the football, so those guys are going to be a factor of helping stop the run this game.
Yeah, for me, I think things that are keys for this game is definitely manage the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rivalry game. Emotions can get high. You don't want you're in the playoffs. The reality for a lot of these seniors is they may never play football again after this game, so you have to manage the emotions of this game. St. Vincent St. Mary's, if they want to win this game, they've got to have success early.
Yes.
They've got to have success early. They can't get behind because, they're not a throwing offense. No. And then for Hoban, it's penalties.
Yeah.
16 penalties last time, we were out here or they played, and that can't come again. As far as the Leathernecks Nation MC injury report, pretty clean. Both teams are pretty healthy, and that's probably why they're here.
Yeah.
To make deep playoff runs, you have to have health. The only question coming to this game was Jason Martin, the big defensive tackle for Hoban, was banged up. They were unsure if he was going to play. I talked to Hoban defensive line coach Carlos Clipper as we were walking in the stadium today. They said he's going to give it a go. He's going to try.
Yeah, and I saw him warming up, so we'll see how he does.
So the Knights will kick it to St. Vincent St. Mary to start the game. And the kicker is junior number 31, Ryan Burns. He kicks it deep, caught by the 10-yard line, return up the middle, got some space. Pretty nice return there to start for St. Vincent St. Mary's. They're going to take over on offense on their own 32-yard line to start the game. And we talked about this St. Vincent St. Mary offense. They've played a couple different quarterbacks this year, but the constants for them have been their 2 running backs. They've got 2 running backs that are nearing 1,000 yards each. One is over 1,000 yards on the season, and the other one is close. Keanthony Kelker and Santonio Harper are the 2 running backs in there for St. Vincent St. Mary, and they will be led on the field by quarterback number 15, and that is Markel Carter. So St. Vincent St. Mary's comes out, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, fullback, tailback, in the shotgun. There's the snap. Hand off to Harper right up the middle, squirts through for about 7 yards on first down. So good carry there.
Yeah, good run.
Good carry there for St. Vincent St. Mary, and they're going to have success on first down in this game. They can't be behind the sticks. They don't want to be in throwing situations multiple downs in a row. So that'll bring up 2nd and 4 here. St. Vincent St. Mary's with a lot of size out at the receiver position. We'll talk about those guys again. Same formation here, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Now receiver in motion. Right off tackle again, and he squirts through. He's going. It's 30, 25, 20, 15. Finally taken down inside the 15-yard line.
Counter
and that
play.
was number 5, Santino Harper, with the big gain. He was finally brought down by 33, the linebacker Eli Lee. But a huge gain for St. Vincent St. Mary, and they are in the Red Door Apparel red zone for the first time today.
Just a counter play. They just hit right.
Yeah, it looks like the linebackers just, had their eyes on the motion. Jet motion going the opposite direction.
Faked the jet and ran the counter.
So now St. Vincent St. Mary will come out. Bunch set to the right. Tight end, 2 receivers right, single left. No. Quarterback keeper all the way to the right, and nothing there.
Looks like Hoban was almost missed the line there. That was a great play here.
Brought down by number 5 there by Hoban. The linebacker, defensive end, David Bell, Jr. So 2nd and 12. St. Vincent St. Mary already at Hoban's 15 to start the game. The Irish with 2 receivers right, fullback left, single receiver left in the shotgun. Jet motion, handoff on the jet sweep, going to the left. Tackled in the backfield by Hoban. Now we got a little chirping going.
That was a great play.
And that was a handoff to number 11, Sir Charles Gordon. They tried to get him outside on the jet sweep. Hoban was not having it.
Great play by number 25, Caleb Jones.
Caleb Jones is the leading tackler. One of the leading tacklers for this Hoban team. All the Hoban stats we have were regular season stats, so those may have changed a little bit.
Look at a change of personnel here.
Yeah, 3rd and long now. We got a spread formation for St. Vincent St. Mary's. Trips right, single receiver left in the shotgun. Carter gets the snap, drops back, throws the ball on the deep post. Caught. That catch was by number 4, Terrell Hobson the 3rd.
They're kicking here.
And it's going to be a 4th down.
Looks like field goal.
So St. Vincent St. Mary will attempt to get points on their first possession of the game here. Snap back, kick up.
It's good.
And it is
no
good.
Missed it.
It was wide right. So St. Vincent St. Mary gets inside Hoban's red zone on the first drive of the game, unable to come away with points. And Renzi Parnell, the defense coordinator from Hoban, is happy about that one. They let a big run play go there, right up the middle. Hoban's been stout against the run all year. But St. Vincent St. Mary, that's what they do well. That's why they're here right now in the 3rd round of these playoffs.
I thought they would try to stick more with the counter and power, but they try to run a little bit more jet sweep. And, the speed from Hoban really kind of ran those down.
So Hoban will take over on their own 20-yard line. Junior Ja'Kai Long, the transfer, in there at quarterback. They've got 2 receivers wide left, 2 receivers kind of tight to the right. Man in motion. Handoff to Lamar Sperling. He cuts it back. He's got about 12 yards before he goes down.
Nice cut there.
So Hoban is coming out, here on offense, spreading it out to run the ball. Lamar Sperling, everyone knows his name. It seems like he's been at Hoban forever now. He's a lot of tradition out of that Hoban backfield, and we'll talk about that as the game goes along. The receivers, we're seeing a little bit of a tempo here, muddle huddle out of Hoban. Receivers are already lined up. So we've got single receiver left, tight end and 2 receivers to the right. Long's in the shotgun with Sperling. Now we've got the receiver in motion. It's going to hand off on the jet sweep, and that's the freshman, Peyton Cook. Good for about 6 yards.
Yeah, just a jet sweep here.
Now, Hoban, I talked to him this week, and they were really worried about number 71 for St. Vincent St. Mary's. And that's the defensive tackle there, Bryson Getz. And so much that Hoban kind of retooled their offensive line this week. Number 75, who's usually playing tackle, is down in at guard now. As Hoban comes out at 2nd and 1, we've got a bunch, tight spread formation here, 2x2 on each side. Man in motion. Now we've got bunch trips to the left, hand off to Sperling, right up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
It gets us in on that play.
Yeah,
71.
He's definitely the leader of this Fighting Irish defense, and Coach Tim Terrell was worried about him. So he said, you know what? Hey, big number 75, Z Zermano, you're going to go down and you're going to play guard so we can block this guy.
Yeah, I think that's why they ran the jet sweep a little bit, just to get away from him.
Maybe get him running side to side a little bit. So Hoban comes out now again with a bunch formation to the right. Long's in the shotgun, single receiver left, Sperling behind him. Now we got receiver in motion to the left. Handoff, right off tackle. And that's going to be good for about 4 yards there. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing good push out of this Hoban offensive line early.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean, they're gaining 5 yards so far every play almost.
Yeah, the rain is still coming down here at InfoCision Stadium. It has slowed down a little bit. In this first quarter action, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, Hoban has the ball, 2nd and 6, right at the 50-yard line. So now we've got a kind of unique formation here. We've got trips to the left, tight end wing to the right. It's going to be a direct snap to Sperling. He's up the sideline, out of bounds, good for about a 20-yard gain.
They ran a little wildcat there with him.
Yeah, that formation looks familiar, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah.
So this formation that they ran here, so they put the running back or an athlete in at quarterback. They've got trips to the left. They've got tight end wing to the right. And the defense really got to choose then. What do you want to guard, right?
Yeah.
St. Vincent St. Mary's chose to guard the trips there, and Hoban, found an empty gap on the right.
Yep.
So now they're back. It's 1st and 10 at the St. Vincent St. Mary 30. Hoban's in the shotgun, trips left, tight end right. Now we got man in motion from left to right. Hand off to Sperling again. Big hole. Mm-hmm. 8 yards on first down.
Oh, they got a penalty here. Late flag.
Yeah, there's, like we talked about, you have to be able to manage your emotions in this rivalry game.
It's going to be a personal foul.
So if you're St. Vincent St. Mary here, you're in the under front. Hoban's just hauling off and dominating you right now on the line of scrimmage. What kind of things do you do as a defensive coordinator to try to slow down this run game?
Well, it looks like they're bringing motion Hoban a lot, trying to see which way they're rolling their coverage. And it looks like they're rolling that safety down. But here, you might have to change your front up a little bit. You can't just stay in a static front the whole time. You might have to get a little bit of movement. Maybe go to an over front, maybe bring a guy up on the line of scrimmage, because right now they're just running the football.
Yeah, so there was a personal foul, so give Hoban a first down. They're going to blow the play dead again here.
Got a false start.
So Hoban did have the ball 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. They're going to march back 5 yards now.
There it is again. First got 2 penalties already, one on Hoban.
Yep.
This is what Coach Terrell talked about earlier when I was talking to him, was just drive killers, getting these penalties.
Yep, so Hoban has the ball driving. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score. We got 2 receivers left, single right. Ja'Kai Long back in the shotgun where he's been all night. Fullback in the game, Lamar Sperling behind him. Handoff goes to Sperling again. He goes off the left side for about 6 yards.
You just keep running ISO.
Yep. Yeah, so just big on big up front, getting some movement. Fullback going in on the front side linebacker, and Lamar Sperling's just gashing him right up the middle.
They're going to have to maybe change that front up so that guy doesn't have a free release on that linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Maybe stunt some linemen.
Yeah, get some movement going. Yep. Because all they're doing is you're just bringing up the fullback on the linebacker here.
Yep, so now it's 2nd down and 9 after the penalty. Hoban got back almost to the original line of scrimmage. You got 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Hoban yet to throw a pass. Handoff. Again, no, he fakes it, and it's long down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And I talked to Hoban offensive coordinator Matt Saunders early in the season, and I said, Ja'Kai looks like he's a very athletic kid. He's like, yeah, he is, and he can run the ball, but we don't need to run him right now. We need to keep him healthy to the playoffs. Maybe we'll run him a little bit more in the playoffs, and you saw that right there. He's a long, lanky kid, maybe susceptible to some big hits. But they said they're going to have to run him when they need to. So now it's 3rd and short. Hoban can still get a first down. It looks at the 2-yard line. We've got an inverted wishbone backfield. We've got 2 receivers wide, 2 fullbacks, tailback behind the quarterback. There's the handoff to Sperling again. Off the right side, touchdown.
Touchdown. It's double ISO.
So Hoban gets the ball on their own 20-yard line after the missed field goal by St. Vincent St. Mary's, marches 80 yards, all run plays, takes quite a bit of time off the clock in the first quarter, and they have a 6-0 lead.
Mm-hmm. That was a great series there, running the football.
Yeah, just saying, this is who we are.
Yep.
Come stop us, right?
Yep, exactly. It's who they are.
So Ryan Bird's the junior kicker in to attempt the extra point. Snap back, kick up, and it's right through the uprights. So with 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 7, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 0. I mean, your defensive coordinator there, Mike.
Yeah.
Your defense comes off the field after that first long drive, 80 yards, all run plays. What are you telling them?
Yeah, I would tell those guys right now, we got to stop the run. I mean, we got to get our guys downhill. We got to get some movement. I felt like they were kind of in base the whole time. St. V's there was I didn't really see any blitzes or anything, but first drive down. Now the big thing for them is they got to establish like they did the first series. St. V's is they got to establish another.
Yeah,
big.
You can't put your defense right back out on the field.
Can't. You got to get another long drive here. Get some clock going. I mean, they were running the ball early. Maybe they go back to counter and things like that.
Yep. So the Knights ready to kick it off. Burns kicks it deep. It's kind of a low kick there. Fielded at the 10-yard line, right up the seam. Big hit.
Big hit.
At the 28-yard line. So St. Vincent St. Mary will come out for their second offensive possession of the game.
Got a player down.
We've got a player down for St. Vincent St. Mary. We'll take a quick timeout, and this injury timeout's brought to you by Leatherneck Nation MC. We do have a score update for you in Division II, brought to you by the Quarry Golf and Event Center. It's golfing season's over, but they've got a beautiful granite grill down there. They still have home lots available, so check out the Quarry down there. But our scoring update is a surprise one. In Region 5, Division II, it is Big Walnut 9, the Massillon Tigers 0.
Wow.
So Big Walnut takes the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Missed the extra point. Then on the first play, Jalen Slaughter throws an interception. Big Walnut ends up getting a field goal. So it is the Massillon Tigers 0, Sunbury Big Walnut 9. So injury didn't seem to be too bad there for St. V. They come out, 2 backs, 2 receivers right, fake handoff, throwing the slant, a little bit short there. Mm-hmm. And Jason Martin got in there as he released the ball.
Right in his face right now.
And Jason Martin's been doing it for a long time now. Today was his 54th consecutive start for the Hoban Knights.
Wow.
I remember watching him in the state championship game against Massillon, and he was just a sophomore, and he was unblockable.
Yeah.
That was as a sophomore.
I remember watching him in that game, yep.
Yeah, so St. Vincent St. Mary comes out with the ball, 2nd and 10 on their own 28. We've got 3 receivers left, single receiver right, Carter in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, tries to throw the hitch right off the seam. It looks like the receiver, number 31 there, Blake Kane, went a little bit too far inside. He wanted to throw the ball out on the hash, so that brings up 3rd and 10. And we talked about this before the game. St. Vincent St. Mary has had success running the ball.
Yeah.
You don't want to get behind the change.
This is a whole different series now. They come out throwing the ball.
Yeah.
First 2 plays, not even attempting to run at all so far.
Yeah, and you had a lot of success.
Yeah.
I mean, you broke off a 45-yard run. So now they'll come back, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, Carter in the gun, drops back to pass. We've got a tunnel screen. It's a number 11, and he drops the ball. And that they were trying to get the ball to Sir Charles Gordon, the big receiver there on the tunnel screen, the junior. And St. Vincent St. Mary will have to punt.
See, this is tough now. You go out and you're 3 and out already. You're punting the ball. Your defense just had a long series, so now they're back out on there again.
Yep, special teams always big in the playoffs. In the St. V. Hoban series, there's been a lot of big special teams plays. I remember multiple as my time there. Nate Bauer taking a kickoff back for a touchdown. St. Vincent St. Mary taking kickoffs back for a touchdown. So the Irish back to punt. Kind of a high snap, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Wow. Right
Right up the middle. That was number 23, Xavier Williams, with the block for Archbishop Hoban. And now they will take over deep in Fighting Irish territory at the 2-yard line. We were just talking about it. Huge special team plays.
Yeah.
You can't, if you want to beat a team, especially who might be more talented than you, you can't have those breakdowns. So huge opportunity for, Hoban here. They dodged the bullet on the first drive, allowing the big play. Now they come back up. St. Vincent St. Mary serves them the ball up on the 1-yard line. And my guess is this ball's going to one person, and that's Lamar Sperling.
Same play they ran, they scored the touchdown on. Here
Yep,
we go.
they're
Same
back
formation.
in the inverted wishbone there. Long is in the shotgun with fullbacks on both sides of him, 2 receivers split each side. And the handoff is to Sperling right up the middle. St. Vincent St. Mary gets him in the backfield.
Good play there.
Great job by that defensive front, led by Bryson Getz, the senior, number 71, and Riley Diffenbaugh, both defensive tackles in there for a 1-yard loss. So Hoban's going to have to try it again, and they're bringing some beef in. Yep. Extra linemen in the game. The tight. So it's 2nd and goal for the 2 now. Unsuccessful on 1st and goal from the 1.
A little unbalanced here.
Yeah, a little unbalanced, stack eye. Oh, they may not be unbalanced. I think it's just double tight, stack eye. Hand off to the deep back, Sperling, and he is in. Stomps into the end zone. So Hoban scores from 2 yards out. It is now 13-0 Knights. I mean, you just can't do that. No. I don't care who you're playing. You give a team the ball on the 2-yard line.
We talked about it earlier.
The numbers say they're going to score.
Turnovers, getting takeaways, and special teams is such a big factor in these playoff games.
So Ryan Burns, kicker, has been busy so far in this first quarter for the Knights. The junior. Ooh. Snap back.
Blocked.
Kick block there. So a couple special teams plays made by both defenses. And with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter from InfoCision Stadium, it is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 13, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 0. I'm going to take an opportunity to thank a few of our sponsors. C.H. Vallis and Associates. Call them for any of your insurance needs, home, auto, life insurance. Chris Vallis and the team has you covered. You can call them at 330-494-2776. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, located in the Portage Lakes. You have trees this time of year. It's a good time to get the trees down. Give them a call at 330-606-1126. So Burns now ready to kick it off. Both kicks have been kind of line drives so far. St. Vincent St. Mary's field them right around the 10, 15-yard line. So let's see if that's the case again. Higher kick here, deep kick too, and it is in the end zone. I'll tell you what, Coach Tim Terrell probably wants Burns to do that every time. Put her right in the end zone, no opportunity for return. So this St. Vincent St. Mary offense will come back out now. First drive, ran the ball really well. Offense stalled down inside the 15-yard line. Second series, they throw the ball every single play, which is uncharacteristic of them, and not much success. So let's see if they go back to the ground here. They've got 2 backs right at 1,000 yards, both seniors.
It looks like they're going back to the run.
D'Anthony Kelker and Santino Harper, both around 1,000 yards and 11 and 12 touchdowns, respectively. So 2 receivers right. They're going to run a little jet sweep fake here, power with the quarterback.
Yeah, just the power read play.
It was a big hole there, but I think he's just got to get downhill faster.
Yeah, he kind of held that a little too long in the mesh point. He should have just pulled it a little bit
But I like
sooner.
that look for St. Vincent St. Mary.
Yeah.
You know, these Hoban linebackers are very aggressive. They run. So they had success on the counter play earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a similar look there, the misdirection. So 2nd and 7 for the Irish. We've got 2 receivers right, single receiver left, fullback, tailback in the backfield. Now we've got the slot receiver, motion, quarterback counter, bounces it outside, nowhere to go, 3-yard loss.
He had a hole there. He just needed to be a little bit more patient. But, the nice play by the defense coming downhill, making a good play for a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and that was the junior again, number 25, Caleb Jones. Yeah, it was a good play call. I mean, they were there, but he's just got to hit that inside and not try to bounce it. You do not want to run side to side against this Hoban defense.
And Hoban's playing man, and they motion there, and the DB ran with the motion guy, and you could tell they were in some type of man coverage here. And
so now for the second drive in a row, it's 3rd and long. St. Vincent St. Mary's, 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Carter in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. Low snap, rolling left, throws the deep comeback, and it is caught by number 11, Sir Charles Gordon. It's going to be close to a first down, but I think they may be short
just
here.
A little short here.
Nice route, pushed the corner deep, broke it off on the comeback. Good ball, but just a little bit short. So that will bring up 4th and 3. And this St. Vincent St. Mary punting unit, who I'm assume just took a tongue lashing on the sideline, is back out to punt again.
I just saw Coach Terrell yelling punt safe here, so I don't think they're going after this one. Yep. Just because of the short
got a player running off late here for St. Vincent St. Mary. Now there's some confusion. So St. V takes the snap. No rush this time. It's a high punt. Fair caught called for, and that was number 22 on the receiving end of that for Hoban, Parker Falkenstein, the junior. So that drive, there was some good looking run plays out of St. Vincent St. Mary. The execution just wasn't there.
No. They try to run the cue a couple times there with a power read, quarterback counter. You see some holes, but just Hoban's defense is just really fast downhill, made some great plays.
So the Knights will take over on offense, 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. We've got 2 receivers tight to the left, 2 receivers wide to the right, long in the backfield, receiver in motion, handoff now, jet sweep. He's got an alley, and he's loose. 40, 30, 20, 15, cuts it back, 10, 5, touchdown.
Great play.
And I saw them run that play in practice this week. That's number 23, Xavier Williams, on the jet sweep. The edge receivers did a great job in that tight spread formation.
Did a great job on the perimeter
of blocking. He did a great job reading it. Takes it for the 60-yard touchdown. And it is all Archbishop Hoban here in the first quarter.
That was a great play call. I mean, they got him on the edge here, in the perimeter, out-leveraged him. Great job.
And they did a great job blocking the safeties. That's what springs those long runs. So Ryan Burns out again. The holder is number 14, Joey Hardman. Kick this time is up, and it's good. So now with 38 seconds remaining in the first half, it is Archbishop Hoban Knights 20, the St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 0. I think St. Vincent St. Mary needs to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
You can weather the storm, run the ball. You ran the ball really well on the first drive and just chip away.
Yes,
exactly. You can't look at the scoreboard. No. You got to take it one play at a time and just, hey, we can get back in this game. We just have to execute.
Just like you talked about earlier, in the broadcast was, you got to control emotions. And I think right now you got to calm them down on the sideline, get some positive plays to get their confidence
maybe flip the field position.
Yes. I think try to run the ball, which they were doing, get some positive plays, get out of this quarter, and then, see what happens from there.
Yeah. While we have a chance, we'll thank another one of our sponsors, Ben Wallenberg's Chocolates and Nuts. on Fulton Drive in Canton. Give him a call. If for all your holiday, he's taking bulk orders, new storefront. And now here's the kick by Burns, another deep kick. This one lands at the 2 and goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Irish will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think they just got to slow it down a little bit.
Yep.
Just try to run the ball. Just get something going. They had success in that first series. Maybe go back to the what they were doing earlier.
Mm-hmm. So St. Vincent St. Mary's comes out, same formation we've seen. 2 receivers right, single receiver left, fullback, tailback. They're in the shotgun, man in motion, little counterplay. This is what they hit big earlier.
There you go. I mean, come out.
4-yard gain on first down. And that was number 2, DeAnthony Kelker on the carry. He's got 1,065 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns this week. Huge game last week against Austintown Fitch. He had 178 yards rushing. So, these St. Vincent St. Mary running backs are very talented. The other one, Santino Harper, the senior, 987 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 now. 2 receivers right. Now man in motion.
They're going to wait for the quarter here.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, you're listening to the Stark Media Team YouTube stream game of the week from Akron University and Infocision Stadium. It is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 20, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 0. Gives us a moment to talk about some of our sponsors, specifically Leathernecks Nation MC. They sponsor our injury report. Leathernecks Nation MC, the Meduse chapter in Canton, we are veterans helping veterans, is their main mission. The Meduse chapter supports local veteran charities in and around Stark County, like the 22 organization fighting veteran suicides, along with the Sam Center in Massillon. They cannot do it alone. Make sure you visit them at meduselnmc.com or their Facebook page, Leathernecks Nation MC Meduse Chapter. Donations are always accepted. We look forward to everyone's support. Semper Fi. We also have the Spirit of Stark in their new home at 409 Erie Street North in Massillon. They can fulfill any custom apparel order, big or small. They've got state-of-the-art equipment. They also do custom embroidery. So you can reach them at 330-806-6745. Lindsay's Pizza, located on Whipple in Canton. Some of the best pizza around. Everyone talks about pizza oven, Giannino's, whatever. Lindsay's Pizza is absolutely phenomenal. John Lindsay and his team support a ton of athletics, and we appreciate his support as well. So St. Vincent St. Mary now, 2nd and 8, 2 receivers right, receiver left. They had a wing left as well. Carter back to pass, steps up in the pocket, scrambles.
Big run.
Big run there for the first down. So about a 19-yard gain to secure a first down, their first down since the first series of the game there for St. Vincent St. Mary.
That's huge for them. Now they got some, confidence going now. They got a first down. They just got to keep chipping away here.
And I like Carter. I mean, he is explosive.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them run the ball more. They've tried him with the counter earlier, but now they'll come out 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. 2 receivers right, single receiver left, tailback, wing to the left, now slot receiver in motion. That's Sir Charles Gordon. Handoff up the middle, cuts back, 10, 12 yards on the carry, and that was number 2, again, DeAnthony Kelker.
2 first downs in a row. That's big.
So they're settling down now, just like we talked about they needed to do, and they're putting together a little drive now. If you're the Hoban linebackers, how hard is that when you're seeing motion going everywhere, to ignore that and read your keys?
You got to be really disciplined. It's a lot of window dressing, but you got to make sure you're reading your keys here.
So now St. Vincent St. Mary driving, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, fullback, tailback, slot receiver in motion. Ball's on the ground. picked up by Carter. Then the officials don't want to. They're swinging them all over the place. So, fumbled the snap there in the backfield. And I'll tell you what, this year in the 3 games that St. Vincent St. Mary has lost, turnovers have been huge.
Yeah.
We talked to Coach Nick Alexander on our way here, the head coach at Walsh Jesuit. He said this St. Vincent St. Mary team's good, but they just turn the ball over a lot. So they cannot do that tonight. They were fortunate to pick that one up, and they have new life here. 2nd and 12. They come out, 3 receivers to the right, single receiver left. Carter back in the shotgun. And that is Kelker on his right hip. Here comes the snap. Drop back to pass. Moves in the pocket. Throws the deep hitch there. Incomplete. And they're saying it's short, incomplete. He did a good job staying comfortable in the pocket. There was a little bit of rush there, but he stepped up, but just not able to complete that, kind of snag hitch route from the outside receiver.
Yeah, Hoban just playing straight man there and middle free.
If they're going to play man too, St. Vincent St. Mary's got some big receivers, and these Hoban corners aren't big themselves. Might want to try some deep shots, maybe draw a penalty, 50-50 ball. So St. Vincent St. Mary comes out now, 3rd and 12 on the Hoban 48-yard line, and we've got a timeout by Hoban. They want to talk about this.
It's a big play here for Hoban.
Middle of the field, 3rd and long. Trick plays, screens, those types of things. So I'm sure, Coach Renzi Parnell, defensive coordinator for Hoban, told Coach Terrell, hey, let's get a timeout, talk about it, get him off the field.
Yeah.
This is a huge play for St. Vincent St. Mary early in this game to keep this drive alive and go down and get some points.
Yeah, you might see a screen again here because they're in man. So you might see that tunnel screen again here or a tailback screen. Or they might run the Q again and then the quarterback draw because they had success. Earlier for a first down.
We've got a couple scoring updates from around the area in Division II, and those are brought to you by the Quarry Golf and Event Center. It is now Sunbury Big Walnut 9, the Massillon Tigers 7. Will Terrell Hartzell gets in for the Tigers on a 1-yard run. Also, it is the Lake Blue Streak 7, Westerville South 0. Unfortunately for them, their stud tailback, Matt Solberger, the senior who plays really well, broke his ankle on the second play of the game, and he is done. So St. Vincent St. Mary comes out now, 3rd and 12, 2 receivers left, man in motion, single receiver right, 2 receivers in the backfield, and it's going to be a draw. And there's a ton of room, and that's number 2, Kelker, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Draw play.
Again, the misdirection. These Hoban linebackers have to be disciplined. There was a ton of misdirection there. They swung the back to the right to get the front side linebacker out of the way. They ran, kind of a spin around the quarterback. He handed it off on the draw, and he takes it 48 yards for the touchdown. So that's 2 huge runs by DeAnthony Kelker in this game. And St. Vincent St. Mary gets the much-needed points.
Yeah, that was a huge series for them. They needed that series.
So, St. Vincent St. Mary out to kick the extra point. Snap back, kick up, and it is good. So, nice answer by St. Vincent St. Mary Irish, and that kicker was let me get you the number on him. And maybe 35. And that was Nick Bertolini, the senior kicker. There. He missed the first field goal of the game, comes back, makes the extra point here. So with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to play till halftime, it's the Hoban Knights 20, St. Vincent St. Mary Irish 7. Opportunity before the kickoff to thank a few more of our sponsors. Kishman's IGA, located in Minerva and Malvern. Been in high school sports for a long time. Had the opportunity to go to college with Matt Kishman, who does a great job down there. FinallyHereOhio.com. At the end of this game, we will call the FinallyHereOhio.com player of the game. So now Bertolini sets to kick off to Hoban. Looks like Tyson Campbell deep for the Knights. And it's tough to see the other number. Hoban's got a kick all the way down to the 5-yard line, and it will go out of bounds. That was risky there. Yeah. Slow roller to the goal line. Tyson Campbell lets it go out of bounds. Tyson Campbell, of course, outstanding safety for the Knights. Multiple Division I offers there for the junior. So Hoban will come out on offense now. Last drive, it took one play.
Yeah.
One play, 60 yards, touchdown. So the junior, Ja'Kai Long, brings his team out. He's got 2 receivers to the left wide, 2 receivers tight to the right. Sperling in the backfield, nice large splits by the offensive line. We've got man in motion from left to right. Now we've got a bunch to the right. And it's Sperling off tackle, up the seam, about 12 yards before he's brought down. He's driving his legs, gets another 5 yards before he's brought down by about 6 St. Vincent St. Mary defenders.
Just ISO again.
Yeah, Hoban just lining up, blocking man on man, and saying, hey, we've got one of the best running backs in the state of Ohio, if not the best, and we're going to give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Sperling on the season, 2,800. These are regular season numbers because we don't have any postseason numbers. 2,800 yards rushing and 41 touchdowns. There's teams in Ohio that don't score half that many touchdowns. They score 20. He's got 41 by himself. So we're back to that formation again, the unbalanced formation where Sperling's in the backfield. They're running it to the short side of the field again for about 7 yards on first down. So that formation there, you've got trips to the left, tight end wing to the right, and only Sperling there in the backfield. But, really impressive. You talk about the running backs Hoban's had over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Sutton, Tyrell Sutton, Todd Sibley. Todd Sibley and Tyrell Sutton are both in the top 10 all-time rushing in Ohio history. And Lamar Sperling's knocking on the door of that top 10. The extra playoff games definitely are going to help those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's all said and done this year, he may be in the top 10 all-time in Ohio. So Hoban comes back out, 2 receivers right, 2 backs in the backfield, handoff, just ISO play again, off the right side, and looks to be about a yard short. A nice block there by Hoban, a pancake downfield by the sophomore, number 54, Nate Cross, 5'11", 260 there. And Hoban is just getting after St. Vincent St. Mary's. They talked about it. They said, we've got to find a way to block Getz up there on the defensive line, and they're doing it so far. So 3rd and 1. Hoban comes out, same personnel, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, fullback in at 2 yards, Long in the shotgun, Sperling behind him, handoff, ISO again, right up the middle, 6 yards, first down.
You noticed on that last play, Hoban really went wide splits down here, and they ran the ISO again.
That's what I like to do. You get those splits wide, block man-to-man.
They're really opening up their defensive front.
And Hoban traditionally has run more power than ISO over the years, but they must like the matchup with their fullbacks on the linebackers and their guards at in the defensive tackles here. So Hoban will come out 1st and 10 at St. Vincent St. Mary 42-yard line. We've got that trips bunch to the left, tight bunch to the left, single receiver right. Now we've got a man in motion. ISO again to the weak side. He fakes it. Wide open. That's Javion Crable. Throws back. That's completed. It wasn't clean there.
Kind of bobbled it.
And that's their first pass of the game, right?
Yeah.
Hoban's first pass of the game comes with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Long completes it for a 5-yard gain, kind of like on a throwback there.
Yeah.
Off the play action. I don't know if that's an RPO, run pass option there, Javion Crable, but it's good enough for 5 yards. So it's 2nd and 10 now. We've got trips to the right, overloaded to the left. It's that unbalanced formation. We've got a power sweep look here. Lamar Sperling breaks the tackle. Now he's at the 20, 15, 10, cuts back at the 5, touchdown.
It's a great cut there at the end there.
He is unstoppable. That is his 3rd touchdown run of the game. That one was the longest at 32 yards. And he is already in the running for our final. When he straps on his helmet, he's in the running for player of the game, right?
Yeah.
When he puts his cleats on, there's a chance he gets it. So Hoban now takes the lead, answers the St. Vincent St. Mary scoring drive with a scoring drive of their own. And Ryan Burns, the junior, is out to kick the extra point again. Snap back, kick up, and it is good. So it's 6 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in the first half. It is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 27, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 7. Already much more efficient on offense than they were the first time this year against St. Vincent St. Mary.
Yeah, they were really running the football here. I mean, it seems like St. V's is coming up and making some hits at the line of scrimmage, but
they have to wrap.
They have to wrap, and he's breaking tackles, and then when he gets in the open field, I mean, he's dangerous.
Now with Hoban having the success running the ball, you did a great job of him in the first game. You're a too high safety team. That's who they are.
Yeah.
Do you bring another safety in the box and play one high safety and say, okay, Hoban, throw the ball deep on us?
Yeah. You got to stop the run. That's the big thing, and then force him to throw the football. But, you got to have some type of answer to get some extra guy in the box.
So here's the kick by Burns. Not as deep as the last two. Fielded by number 2, Kelker, at the 10-yard line. He cuts, makes a man miss. Now Hoban swarms at the 22-yard line. He's having a great game for the Irish right now.
He is.
So let's see if St. Vincent St. Mary can go back to what they did on the first drive of the game, this last drive. Run the ball a little bit, nice balance, pass when Hoban starts packing in the box. The misdirection's been huge for them. Getting those linebackers to look in places they're not supposed to. And I think if you're St. Vincent St. Mary, you've got to continue to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if Hoban keeps playing man here, I mean, with the motion stuff, and then I think they got to counter off that, and then, but they got to get another drive going.
So St. Vincent St. Mary comes back out, 20 personnel like they've been. That's 2 backs, 0 tight ends, 2 receivers to the left, single right. Now receiver in motion. Now he goes back, handoff up the middle, huge hole. And that was number 5 this time, Santino Harper, with a nice gain on first down. There was a huge hole there, and it was chopped down quick, I believe, by number 5 there for Hoban, and that is David Bell. So nice first down game by St. Vincent St. Mary. They'll come back out, 2nd and 5 on their own 28-yard line. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Fullback, tailback on both sides of the quarterback, Carter in the shotgun. Hand off to number 5 there, off the edge to the left, and he's cut down by Caleb Jones. It's leading tackler for the Hoban defense, and he was there again. He's had a bunch of tackles so far.
It's a great open field tackle.
Yeah, that looked like when Harper got the ball there, going off tackle to the left, there was going to be some move, but that's a great closing speed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had the edge, and then he just comes downhill right now and in a great open field tackle.
So St. Vincent St. Mary's comes back out now in a spread personnel. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver left. Carter in the shotgun. 3rd and 6. Takes the ball, drops back, quick slant. Right off the hands of his big receiver, number 11, Sir Charles Gordon.
He had him.
And that would have been a first down. Ball was a little high, little behind him. He went up, got both hands on it, not able to haul it in. And then Tyson Campbell was, bearing down, put a big hit on him at the end there. So 3 and out for St. Vincent St. Mary. Oh, not 3 and out. They did have a first down. Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't have a first down there. So they're going to punt. Punt's been interesting. They've already had 1 punt blocked where Hoban recovered it at the 1-yard line. Snap back, a little bit high. Nice punt this time. Backpedaling as the Hoban returner. Takes a bounce at the 30. Now it's at the 20. The ball down all the way down to the 15-yard line. So great job by St. Vincent St. Mary. They weren't able to get a first down and get any points, but they definitely flipped the field position.
Oh, they did, yeah.
So thank you to some of our other sponsors. St. Joseph Senior Living, located in Louisville, right behind St. Thomas Aquinas High School, our alma mater there, Mike. Some of those, as our loved ones get older, there's difficult decisions that we have to make, and you may be unsure. St. Joe's offers assisted living. They offer independent living. They have a lot of different options over there, fit any budget. So if you are in that situation, give St. Joe's a call, and they'll be happy to help you out. The rain is still coming down a little bit here in Akron, not as heavy as it was at the beginning of the game. It's about a mist now. And the Hoban Knights, with 5 minutes, 17 seconds to go to half, will take over on their own 15-yard line, leading St. Vincent St. Mary 27-7. So we've got Long in the backfield, the same formation they've had, the wide receivers to one side, tight to the other, man in motion, handoff off tackle, and we've got 8 yards on first down.
St. V still in that too high look. Still not rolling anybody down in the box.
You know, on first down, sometimes I feel like, you know, if you're a defensive coordinator and you're worried about a team's running game, try to take some chances, blitz on first down, get them in second and long where they throw the ball. And it seems like St. Vincent St. Mary is not really blitzing. They're just playing their base defense. And saying, you know, Hoban's running the ball right at them. So Knights now 2nd and 2. 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 receivers tight to the left. Sperling in the backfield on the left hip of Long. Now we've got the wide slot in motion to the bunch on the left side. We've got a quick pitch left. Sperling takes the ball, get outside. They got him sealed again. He's got to make the safety miss. He's to midfield, cutting all the way back. Made another safety miss. St. Vincent St. Mary is able to rally and finally get him down at the 25-yard line.
Got a flag down here on the 20.
And I think they may call holding on Hoban. Their receiver pinned the edge there, and he held that block for a long time. So it may be a holding call coming back. Would erase a 55-yard run by Sperling there. And I think they're going to hit number 24 for Hoban, and that is the fullback, running back, Dominic Bush, the junior. And it is holding. So now it'll be repeat second down, 2nd and 12. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I've been part of 2 of these state championship teams for Hoban. Sometimes in the playoffs, to make deep runs and win games, you need some luck. And getting 55-yard runs called back is luck, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, good break there for St. Vincent St. Mary. Obviously, you know, I don't know if it was a hold. It was tough to see, but he definitely sustained that block for a long time, which suggests it may have been. So now Hoban will try to continue this drive, and it is 2nd and 12 at their own 18-yard line. Or I'm sorry, 14-yard line. Got 2 receivers right, single left. Now Long's going to keep the ball. And there's nothing going there. You know, he is athletic. He can run, but I think it was just a little too patient there. You got to get going downhill. And that'll bring up 3rd and long now for the Knights. So now St. Vincent St. Mary an opportunity. You know, 3rd and long in the shadow of your own goalpost, a lot of things can go wrong. So let's see if St. V tries to get, you know, aggressive here, try to force a turnover.
See if they bring a little bit of pressure here.
If I'm Hoban, I probably, you know, you've had multiple runs over 10 yards. Spread them out, see if one pops. If it doesn't, you know, you got a 20-point lead, kick the field goal. So we'll see what offensive coordinator Matt Saunders tries to do here. We've got 2 receivers right, single receiver left, 2 backs in the backfield. Now Sperling will go up. They love the wheel route here as Sperling. And it's a screen to the fullback right up the middle of the field.
Wow.
Great play call. Misdirection. I didn't see it happen. I was watching Lamar Sperling. So that goes to number 25. There, the fullback and
Caleb Jones
and linebacker Caleb Jones. So great, you know, when Lamar Sperling goes in motion, everyone looks.
Everybody starts looking.
That's exactly what I did. So great play call there. The middle screen to the fullback picks up the first down. So Hoban will be 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. We've got that unbalanced package again with Sperling in the Wildcat, 3 receivers right, tight end wing to the left. They've run exclusively to the short side here, to the wing side. Looks like he's making a call here, and they're going to do it again. It's just ISO. About 9-yard gain on first down. So Hoban, you know, finding different formations to run ISO.
10 yards.
And they will call it a first down. So Hoban, like we said, doing what they've been doing this whole game, running a ton of ISO. We haven't seen power from him. I mean, Tim Terrell teams love to run power, right?
Oh,
and any way you can run it, he'll run it. It's been all ISO.
Or Dave, as we call it.
Yeah. So Hoban with a nice drive here after the penalty, erased a 55-yard run by Sperling. And they're going to keep Sperling back there in this Wildcat formation. They're actually unbalanced on the left. So they've got a guard, 2 tackles, a tight end on the left, wing on the left, 3 receivers to the right. Sperling in the shotgun. Barking out calls to the offensive line. He takes the snap again. Now ISO again, right up the middle. He's at the 30, 20, getting run down at the 10, 5, down to the 2-yard line. So Lamar Sperling just continues to do damage to this St. Vincent St. Mary's defense. He was run down by number 4, Terrell Hobson III, the senior, with a great job running him down.
Oh, yeah.
You know, anytime you can run a player down and force them to have more plays, a lot of things could go wrong. How many times do you see a player run someone down, tackle them, then the offense turns it over on the next play?
Yeah.
So we're 2 minutes away from halftime here. Hoban with the ball, 1st and goal at the St. Vincent St. Mary 2-yard line. I know what I would have been doing if I'm still calling plays at Hoban, and that ball's going to number 32. 4 straight times. So Hoban in the stack I formation. Long will be under center. 2 tight ends. Up back, fullback, tailback, all in a line. He takes the snap, turns around, hands it to Sperling. Touchdown.
There it is.
So Lamar Sperling in for his 4th touchdown of the first half from 2 yards out to take the score to 33-7. And Hoban is out, you know, as strength coach Mike Winkler would say, is flexing their muscles.
Yeah.
All right. You know, St. Vincent St. Mary's had some opportunities in this game. They didn't take advantage of them. They made some mistakes, and Hoban's taken advantage of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, St. Vincent St. Mary has to make an adjustment on defense.
They do.
Hoban hasn't been doing anything crazy. The screenplay, the jet sweep, besides those 2 plays, it's been ISO all up and down the field.
Yeah.
And there's been no adjustment.
They're finding that bubble, and they're running right at it.
Yep. So Burns in to kick the extra point again. Snap back, kick up, kind of a line drive, and this one is no good. St. Vincent St. Mary blocked an extra point earlier. Now kind of a bad snap and hold there forces the miss. So the minute 32 seconds to go. It is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 33, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 7. And like we said, I mean, St. Vincent St. Mary, you know, they're doing some nice things on offense. And they've had some missed opportunities. They had the ball in the red zone, missed the field goal. Yep. They scored a touchdown there. You know, it's 14 points. 14 points in a playoff game in the first half is nothing to sneeze at. But, you know, you compound those missed opportunities by making mistakes.
Yes.
Getting the block punt, you know, missing tackles in the open field, those types of things. And they have had no answer for this Hoban running game, which is just running isolation all day long. So the Knights will get ready to kick here. Burns tees the ball up. Minute 32 to go till halftime. St. Vincent St. Mary desperately needing a score. Ball is up. It is a squib kick up the seam there. Trouble fielding it. Now fielded by number 2, Kelker. Makes a couple guys miss, and St. Vincent St. Mary will take over on their own 19-yard line. So if you're St. Vincent St. Mary, you know, you've had success on offense doing the misdirection. You know, you've got to continue to do that. But, you know, you're down a lot of scores.
Yeah.
So it's tough. You know, it's tough to say, okay, we're going to be patient and try to chip away at this. And I think you can do that until you get to around the fourth quarter and then say, okay, now we got to start chucking it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a big series. Are they going to come out trying to throw the ball or, you know, go back?
I think my theory has always been, as when I was a head coach and offense coordinator, okay, if it's 2-minute drill and I'm backed up deep, I do a safe play on first down. If we can pop it, okay, then I'll be aggressive. But same feed, drops back, throws the screen. Again, a safe play, incomplete, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. But that was always my theory. Like, okay, let's run the ball on first down, maybe throw a screen, throw a quick hitch. If we can pop it and gain some yards, you know, okay, well, now we'll be aggressive. But if not, you know, we don't want to give them the ball back in their own territory.
Yes.
So St. Vincent St. Mary on the screen pass there. Looks like there might have been some room, but the pass rush got there and tipped the ball. So they'll come back out. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Carter in the shotgun. Calls for the snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush, stepping up again, finds his receiver right at the sticks, and it is dropped by number 11, Sir Charles Gordon. Opportunity to pick up the first down there.
Yeah.
Nice poise by Carter at quarterback. escapes the pocket, steps up, keeps his eyes downfield, delivers the ball. It's a little low,
Well, yeah.
but that's a catchable ball that they've got to make.
It was just like the slant earlier he threw to him too.
So now it's 3rd and 10. Hoban's got 2 timeouts left. Dude, maybe run the ball here, punt it away. You don't want to give the ball back to Hoban with a minute and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Especially, they've blocked a punt here. So we'll see what happens. 3 receivers left, single receiver right, handoff up the middle, 1 missed tackle, and then really a first down saving tackle there by number 3 on that Hoban defense.
Ricky Williams.
And that is Ricky Williams. So Ricky Williams, if you're a Hoban fan, say, you know what? I followed Hoban last year in the playoffs. Ricky Williams was the leading receiver for this Hoban team last year. He grew out of that position. He's now 225 pounds, and he is a legit Division I prospect at linebacker. So St. V does opt to run the time off the clock. Hoban does call timeout, use one of their timeouts. So it is going to be 4th and 7 for St. Vincent St. Mary at their own 24-yard line. Hoban, like we said, 1 timeout left, and they're going to punt. If I'm St. Vincent St. Mary, I'm doing a tight punt here, making sure we don't get another one.
If I'm Hoban, I'm going after this one.
Yeah, blocked. So the rain continuing to come down. Kind of a light mist now. It's not too windy. It's warmer than everyone thought it was going to be. So it is a little slippery conditions, but I don't think the weather's affected,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely hasn't affected Hoban running ISO.
Yeah.
But, maybe some of these snaps on special teams it's affected a little bit. So St. Vincent St. Mary will have a tight punt formation to try to protect. So the punter's back there. Back to receive for Hoban is number 22, Parker Falkenstein, the junior. Snap back. Pressure again. Very high kick. It's going to land about the 50-yard line, take a St. Vincent St. Mary roll, and Hoban will take over at their own 44-yard line with 39 seconds to go till halftime. Pressure again, right up the middle. Same
spot.
Right
after it, yep.
And really, I think he slowed up.
He slowed and tried to jump up for the ball, but I think if he kept running through the block point, he would have got that.
Yeah, keep his hands down.
Yep.
So let's see if Hoban tries to be aggressive here on first down. There's a rule in Ohio high school football. If you're up 30 points in the second half, there's a running clock, and that even goes to the playoffs. So Hoban's thinking right here, hey, we get a touchdown here. We're coming out the second half, and we could put this game away in a hurry.
Yeah.
If you're St. Vincent St. Mary, you desperately need that not to happen so you have time to come back in this game.
Definitely got to get a big stop here.
So Ja'Kai Long will come out. Same formation we've seen a lot tonight. 2 receivers wide right, 2 receivers tight to the left. Sperling in the backfield wide. He's going to hand off on the jet sweep. They scored earlier. And St. Vincent St. Mary defense is there. Number 4 is all over that, and that is Terrell Hobson, the safety. Same player who's playing very hard, ran down Sperling on a couple touchdown runs, and that is huge for St. Vincent St. Mary's. Now the clock is ticking inside 20 seconds of this first half, and Hoban may just run it out to halftime here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to just let the clock go here.
So really, that it may not seem like it, but that is a big stop. Big stop for St. Vincent St. Mary.
So, like you were saying, you don't want to give that score up. You definitely got to get a stop for a half here.
Yep. So at halftime, the score: Archbishop Hoban 33, St. Vincent St. Mary 7. You're listening to the Stark Media Team YouTube stream game of the week. This is Division II, Region 5 OHSAA playoff action. We're going to take about a 10-15 minute break, come back, talk about some of our sponsors, recap the first half, and we'll be back with you with the second half action and hopefully some stats. All right, we are back from half here on the campus of Akron University, where we have the Stark Media Team YouTube Game of the Week. And the score is Archbishop Hoban. Oh, thank you so much. I had it on the phone, but I appreciate you. Thank you to St. Vincent St. Mary's statistician for the stats he just handed us. They, all teams should do what they do. They go on Digital Scout, do all their stats there. So he gave us a nice little printout of the first half, so we appreciate him. So this first half, like we said, it's a playoff game, Division II, Region 5. Hoban's up 33-7 on St. V. Before we get into the recap of the first half, I'm going to run down some of our sponsors here. C.H. Vallis and Associates. For your home, auto, life insurance, and financial services needs. They're at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. You can give them a call at 330-494-2776. Kishman's Fresh Market, located in both Minerva and Malvern. Locally family-owned grocery store. Don't see many of those anymore. If you're down in that area, make sure you patronize them. Simon Says Promotions. They are an umbrella corporation for many different companies. Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio, Photography, Studio Vibes, Brits Bows, the Game Day Boutique, and the Tiger Store. Located in the old Checkered Flag Building, 59 Lincoln Way East in Massillon. McNeil & Sons Tree Service. They brought to you our keys of the game earlier, and they're located in the Portage Lakes, and you can contact them at 330-606-1126. Red Door Apparel and Clothier. They sponsor our Red Zone. Hoban Knights have been in the Red Zone quite a bit tonight, as we are now about 3 minutes till the second half. The Spirit of Stark. Leathernecks Nation MC, our injury report. No injuries to report as of now. Finally, HereOhio.com player of the game, Lamar Sperling, is making his case for that. The Corey Golf and Event Center, they sponsor our scoreboard. And then, of course, Ben Wallenberg's Chocolates and Nuts and St. Joseph Senior Living. So we'll go through some stats in the first half here just to recap what happened. St. V on the opening drive of the game, big run. Big long run for number 2, D'Anthony Kelker. Runs it all the way down inside the Hoban 20. Drive stalls out. Mm-hmm. The attempt a field goal, no good. Hoban gets the ball back, goes the length of the field, scores. It's 7-0 Hoban. Lamar Sperling with a 4-yard touchdown run. Then just minutes later, after Hoban blocks a punt by St. Vincent St. Mary, Lamar Sperling goes in for his second touchdown of the game. They're up 13-0. Hoban, on the very next drive, forces St. Vincent St. Mary to go 3 and out. Xavier Williams, the person who blocked the punt, had a 60-yard touchdown jet sweep on the first play from scrimmage on the drive. Hoban's up 20-0. St. Vincent St. Mary answers on a 3rd and long draw play to D'Anthony Kelker, 47-yard touchdown. Then in the second quarter, 2 more Hoban touchdowns. Lamar Sperling runs of 38-2. So here the score sits at Hoban 33, St. Vincent St. Mary 7. Some individual stats from the first half for St. Vincent St. Mary. Markel Carter, quarterback, who's looked nice. Mm-hmm. He's thrown some nice balls tonight, like 3 or 4 drops out of St. Vincent St. Mary. He's 2-9 passing for 18 yards. Rushing, really, they're rushing the ball pretty well here. They've had some chunk plays. Number 5, Santino Harper, 5 carries, 63 yards. D'Anthony Kelker, 3 carries, 63 yards, and that touchdown. Markel Carter, 5 carries for 12 yards. Receiving stats, both catches. Sir Charles Gordon, he's been the one targeted the most tonight, and Terrell Hudson with a catch apiece. Defensively, pretty even stats there. And for Hoban, Ja'Kai Long, the junior quarterback, we haven't talked about him much, except when we say he's receiving the snap. He's got 2 attempts passing, 2 completions, 32 yards. Lamar Sperling, 19 carries. It didn't seem like 19 carries.
It didn't.
But they had the ball a lot in the first half. 19 carries, 205 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 11 yards a carry. Xavier Williams, we said before, he had the long touchdown run. 2 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Peyton Cook, 1 carry for 8 yards. Ja'Kai Long, 2 carries, 7 yards. Receiving stats, the only 2 passes for Hoban. Caleb Jones had the screenplay, the fullback screenplay, 1 catch for 28 yards. And Javion Crable, 1 catch for 4 yards as well. Everyone is running all over the place here right now. We've got fans racing out of the stands. We've got the teams racing into the locker room. It is something has happened here.
Yeah, you got people running out of the bleachers.
Well, we don't know what's happened. Yeah. We've got no notice. I don't see any police on the scene anywhere. But everyone is leaving the stadium as fast as possible.
We didn't see any lightning or anything.
Yeah, there was no lightning. I mean, people are just sprinting down the road here, leaving the stadium.
There's something happening right here. Right where? Right down here. It's right here, like someone is hurt right here. See all these people? They're like.
There are some people still in the stands on the Hoban side.
They're helping someone right there.
We don't know what's happening. We just know that everyone is just running out of the stadium. The teams have run into the locker room.
Is it right here? It looks like white poncho. Yeah, were they holding someone or helping someone?
Right there. White ponchos, first level to the right of the blue.
Something over here on Hoban's sideline. Or on that sideline, but in the
security is now around the teams in the locker room. People exited this stadium so fast. I just see people sprinting out of the stands.
That was
kind of a scary scene here.
Very.
We don't want to speculate on what happened, but you think about what happened in Toledo.
Yes.
A couple of weeks back, and unfortunate events there. But we do still have some Hoban fans in the stands here. Coach Tim Terrell is pointing.
He's on the field, but
somewhere.
We don't see any police or anything. But the team is still – they're kind of coming out.
Yeah, hang on. We have a coach calling us updates. What is going on down there? Where? Outside the stadium? Okay. All right. No, we have no clue. So we're still live on the air. We have reports that there was gunshots heard down in the stadium area. We don't know that for sure, but that's the reports we're getting from one of the coaches down on the field. They thought it. They heard it from the concourse area. Now this is a very big stadium with neighborhood all around us. It could be anything in the neighborhood, echoing off the stands here, but. That's what we've been told, that there was sound of gunshots. Both head coaches are in the middle of the field talking. So we don't believe there's an immediate threat in the stadium. We haven't been notified by stadium personnel if there is one. But it was a wild scene. I mean, there were thousands of people just sprinted out of this stadium in 30 seconds.
Both teams sprinted off the field, and then everybody just kind of cleared the bleachers. It looks like Hoban's staff is going back to the locker room. Both coaches were talking. Coach Terrell's still on the field, and St. B's.
I mean, we have not been notified, but if we were in danger, I would assume the staff here at the campus of Akron University, I don't see, usually they have the emergency blinkers. I don't see those going off on the campus anywhere. We have no word on what's going on. We have a report of gunshots from one of the coaches down on the field, which explains why everyone sprinted off so quickly.
Yes.
But like we said, obviously Akron University and the stadium, Infocision Stadium, is smack dab in the middle of a neighborhood. Those could have been from the neighborhood. I don't see additional police vehicles anywhere. I just see where the entrance to where they were from the parking.
But it seemed like everybody didn't leave the stadium. They're still kind of hanging out.
Yeah,
at
well,
the
they
gates here.
sprinted. So the sounds must have came from the one side. We have people that just sprinted out.
It sounds like maybe a divider fell, made a loud noise.
Okay.
It might not have been a gun.
So now we're saying it's different reports. It may have been something in the stadium that sounded like that.
A divider, they're saying, that fell and made a noise that echoed. It sounded like.
Did you hear that? They think maybe like a divider or something fell.
Sounded like a gunshot, but they're saying maybe it was not a gunshot. It's something that fell that echoed into the stadium.
Yeah, someone said. Someone who's,
I work as a police. It didn't sound like a gunshot.
Yeah, that's
it sounded
what
like a
something bang. Yeah, that's what this guy said. He thought he had heard something, a divider fell. I don't know what that means.
So hang in there. We're going to call back down to the field.
I know.
Unfortunately, with recent events that
Yes.
happened up at the Toledo Central Catholic Whitmer game, I mean, you hate to say that's the first thing you
Yes.
think, but that's what happened.
But just the way that everybody kind of ran out of here, and then the event that happened in that game, it's kind of similar, not as far as. But
Yeah, but that was a scary scene.
It was.
Everyone was off very quickly.
I mean, we looked up and everybody was running out of the stadium on both sides.
But wasn't that scary? I'm like, where do I go? Do I stay? Do I run?
But it looks like some of the coaches are coming out of the locker room. They're discussing it on the field.
I'll tell you what, there are some fans in this stadium here that said, well, it is what it is. I'm not giving up my seat. But, you hate to make light of it, but, it appears everyone's okay.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any ambulances. We haven't seen any police vehicles.
But
We are up in the press box, which is totally sealed from the field. So we can't hear.
you can't hear anything that's going on down
Even
there.
the roar of the crowd is
Yes.
tough to hear up here. So we don't know what happened.
But it seems like everybody's kind of still in the stadium, but kind of over by the gates. Kind of where the concession stands and things are kind of hanging out to kind of figure out what is going on.
Back out, so do a normal halftime warm-up, and we'll play.
Okay, so they're saying they're going to come back out, do a warm-up, and then play. So here comes the officials out of the locker room.
So that's great news.
Yes.
That was really scary. Nothing
It
serious happened.
could have been something that fell that made a noise that. But it looks like people are kind of heading back into the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, what happened in Toledo, and you hear a sound like that. You don't know.
Yep. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the start of the second half. They're going to warm up, and everyone's okay here. You're listening to the Stark Media Team YouTube Stream Game of the Week. Thanks. All right, so we are back here on the Stark Media team YouTube stream game of the week. Crazy occurrence here that's difficult. It's going to sound dumb, when you hear it, but in the moment it was kind of scary. So we're about to come back from halftime. Both teams were on the field warming up. All of a sudden, from the press box, we look down, and the entire stadium and field just clear in a matter of 30 seconds. Gone. We're getting calls from the coaches, down on the field that it's cleared because they said they heard the sound of gunshots. Obviously a few weeks ago up in Toledo, we had that unfortunate incident. So I can understand, why people thought that, we're smack dab of a neighborhood here. Who knows? It could have been something outside. So, players rushed in, fans rushed out of the stadium. Police, did their campus police, investigated what was going on, found that something fell in the concourse to make noises that sounded like gunshots that caused the panic. It was very loud. We didn't hear anything up here in the press box because we're sealed. We just saw everyone leave. But campus police here at University of Akron did a great job. They're sure everything's safe. The officials put 3 minutes back on the clock for warm-ups, and we're going to start the second half. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, they said that some people were saying up here in the press box that it sounded like a sign fell, and it sounded like a gunshot. So I think people just panicked and kind of just – I think people were in the concession lines, and then they heard that, and they took off towards the exits. But then they said that they didn't hear anything. It wasn't a gunshot. They think it was a sign that fell or something that made that noise. So both teams are warming back up. Officials are out on the 50-yard line with the head coaches, and looks like
Yep.
we
got to go. Second half. Yeah. So some halftime some scores brought to you by the Quarry Golf and Event Center. Down in Cincinnati, it is Kings Mills Kings with a 17-7 lead over Winton Woods, which is a huge, development. A lot of people think Winton Woods were going to repeat the D2 state champion from last year. We've also got an update at halftime. It is the Lake Blue Streak 7, Westerville South Wildcats 7. Matt Solberger, the outstanding running back for Lake, broke his ankle in that game, so thoughts and prayers to him. Down in Mansfield at Arlen Field, Sunbury Big Walnut went out to a 9-0 lead on the Massillon Tigers. It is now 21-9 Massillon in that game. It's not the only holy war going on tonight here. It's up in Cuyahoga County. At halftime, it is St. Ed 7, St. Ed 7, St. Ignatius 7.
No.
So Coach Chuck Kyle says, I'm not done yet. Yeah. After the wild 50-49 win last week, is back at it.
They were down, 42 to
7 at
halftime?
Yeah. Was that Cleveland Heights?
Yeah, Cleveland Heights.
Cleveland Heights.
42-7, and they came back and won 50-49.
So, St. Ignatius giving St. Ed's all they want in that game. So those are the local scores that we have right now. Service is a little shoddy up here, so I haven't gotten many updates other than that. But the teams are now back on the sideline. Some fans are starting to trickle back in the stadium. A sigh of relief here. That was a scary moment. But unfortunately nowadays, you can't take anything not serious.
Yes.
The second you take something not serious, something bad happens.
Here comes the fans.
So Hoban will receive the kick here to start the second half. They have a lead 33-7 on St. Vincent St. Mary. We talk about this Hoban coaching staff. Obviously, we're real familiar. But what we didn't get talked about is Coach Terry Sistone, a 1979 graduate of St. Vincent St. Mary's. His father, was the best coach in the history of St. Vincent St. Mary's, and what he's done in his first year here has been remarkable. They've got some losses to some really good teams. They lost to Hoban. They lost to Walsh Jesuit. Lost to Glenville. But besides that, they've been playing really good football. They're now in the third round of the playoffs here. The other thing that's cool about Terry Sistone and his staff there, he has 9 St. V alum on his staff over there between the freshmen, junior varsity, and varsity staff. So they're trying to bring tradition back there. Coach Bobby Nickel, had some struggles there. Marcus Watley had some success when he was there. Obviously, Borman was unbelievable as a coach there, winning 2 state championships. So this job Terry Sistone's done in his first year has been commendable. And the team, they're going to need a big second half here to come back from this deficit. But like you just said, last week St. Ignatius down 42-7 at half. Yeah. Comes back and wins. So, crazier things have happened. The coaches and officials are meeting at midfield here. There's no time left on the warm-up clock. And Hoban should be receiving the second half kick. One of the craziest things I've ever seen in high school football.
That was a scary scene, though. We look up and all these people are just running towards the exits. Fast, pouring out of the bleachers.
Both
teams running to the locker room.
You know what makes me wonder? If you can empty 8,000 people out of a stadium in 30 seconds, why does it take 15, 20 minutes to get off a friggin' airplane? It makes no sense.
Exactly.
You got that many people out, but it takes that long to get off an airplane. So
they got police out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think they're just reassuring the coaches that everything's safe. Safety is the most important thing here.
Yeah. So he's just
some of Akron's finest down there.
Checking with the official and teeing it up, and here we go.
Yep, so Bertolini will tee it up high for St. Vincent St. Mary Irish. And Hoban, let's see, they'll try to pick up right where they left off in the first half. Here's the kick. It's a squib kick right down the numbers, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback.
All right, let's see if St. V's made any adjustments here.
Yeah, they're going to need to. It's been ISO all first half. We got another scoring update, brought to you by the Quarry Golf and Event Center. Is now the Massillon Tigers 28, Big Walnut 9. So Hoban comes out for the second half, led out there by their junior quarterback, Ja'Kai Long. Only 2 passing attempts in the first half. Lamar Sperling got extra rest at half, and he needed it. He ran the ball 19 times for 205 yards in the first half. So Hoban comes out, tight bunch to the right, bunch trips to the right. Long wants someone to come in motion. Now fullback comes in motion, handoff, ISO, broken tackle at the line of scrimmage, Sperling all the way down, about a 15-yard gain on first down. I'll tell you what, the ISO didn't go where it was supposed to go.
No.
They tried to go through the A-gap. He ran right in the back. The front side linebacker who they were trying to isolate was unblocked. Doesn't matter. Lamar Sperling makes a miss 4 yards on their line of scrimmage. Gets a 12-yard gain on first down. So that brings up first and 10 for Hoban on their own 38-yard line. Tight bunch right, single receiver left. Long in the shotgun, Sperling on his right hip. Now he's going to call the inside man in the bunch in motion to a fullback position. Handoff Sperling right up the middle. Churning yards. 15-yard gain. 2 plays.
Same results.
2 isolation plays. And it's, the adjustment that you talked about at half is, okay, maybe go to a 5-man front. Mm-hmm. You can't run ISO on a 5-man front or, get
another guy down in the box. You're still playing that too high look.
Now Hoban's got that bunch, trips to the left, single receiver right. Long in the shotgun, Sperling on his left hip, man in motion into the backfield, handoff. We've got a penalty here right off the bat.
It's like false start here.
And it's going to be a false start on Hoban. So they're going to have to reset first down. It'll be 1st and 15 from about the 50. One thing you can't have, St. Vincent St. Mary's, if you're trying to come back, is Hoban go down and score on the first possession here. First and long here. I think, if you're Hoban, you haven't thrown the ball down the field. Now, you haven't had to. think maybe, if you run here, get some yards back, second and long might be a time to throw the ball because it's better to throw on second and long than third and long. When the defense
They might take a
expected.
play action shot right here.
So bunch of trips left, hand off, right up the middle. St. Vincent St. Mary's all over it. And that is number 10 on the tackle for the Irish, Nathan Lentz, the senior defensive end, 5'11", 205. Got Sperling right about the line of scrimmage.
Nick Gage was on that tackle as well.
So second and long now for Hoban. I was always, when I was calling plays, I was always in the, if I'm in these situations in the middle of the field, I kind of like to take my shot on second and long, throwing the ball rather than third and long when they're expecting it. So Hoban goes back to that wildcat look there with Sperling in the backfield. They've got tight end, trips right, tight end left. Sperling's going to run it right off the right side. Kind of just looked like an outside zone play there. And he's going to get about 7 yards. So Hoban, I guess when you're running the ball for 6 yards, pop, it don't matter if it's second and 12. You got 2 downs to get it.
Big third down here for St. V's right here.
Yeah, third and 4.
Got to get off the field here. Got to get off
Maybe
the field.
dial up a blitz.
Yep. Looks like they're going back to the wildcat look here.
Yeah, this is really 4-down territory probably for Hoban where they are on the field. So we'll have trips left. A little different look in the wildcat here. We've got a tight end left as well. We've got a fullback in the backfield. Sperling getting the snap. He's going to run the left. Not much blocking there. St. Vincent St. Mary's all over it, and he's going to be short of the first down. St. Vincent St. Mary's makes the contact line of scrimmage, and Sperling just with the leg drive gets an extra 3 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 1 here for the Knights as they're going to bring an extra body in.
Yep. Looks like
That tackle was made for St. Vincent St. Mary by number 25, and that is Luke Shanigo.
got an injury. Number 4 is down.
So that's the Leathernecks Nation injury timeout. Leathernecks Nation, motorcycle gang of Marines in Stark County really do a lot to help and raise money and awareness for veteran suicide. So make sure you check them out at leathernecksnationmc.com. And that injured player was number 4, Terrell Hobson III, the senior wide receiver defensive back. He's on his feet now. He's walking off the field gingerly with the training staff. And we've got another scoring update brought to you by the Quarry Golf and Event Center. It is now a tighter game down in Mansfield. It's the Massillon Tigers 28, Sunbury Big Walnut 15. So Sunbury answers the Massillon score to get back on the board.
Looks like the rain finally stopped here.
Another scoring update. Entering the fourth quarter, down at Ashland, over at Ashland, it is the Lake Blue Streaks 10, Westerville South Wildcats 7.
Got the stack eye look here.
So Hoban on 4th and 1, stack eye, 2 tight ends in the game. They're going to go a hard count here, and it looks like Hoban moved. So Hoban's trying to draw St. Vincent St. Mary's off sides. They jump themselves, and Coach Tim Terrell is not going to be happy with that.
Looks like they're going to punt now.
So they will punt their first punt of the game. So, hey, great. This is how you want to start a comeback, is get a stop. So Hoban's back to punt. And they're going to bring a tight punt now. St. V looks like they're in a block formation. Snap back. Here's the kick from Crable. It is kind of off the side of his feet. And looks like they're only going to gain on the punt about 20 yards of field position, if that. So the punt was from the 41, and he's going to kick it to the 25. So not a great punt for Hoban. St. Vincent St. Mary will take over on their own 25 with 8 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Archbishop Hoban leads St. Vincent St. Mary 33-7. So St. Vincent St. Mary in the first half, ran the ball well. missed some opportunities in the passing game. Really hurt Hoban with misdirection. So let's see if they come back to that. Jet sweep now, or just hand off the number 2, I'm sorry.
Just a little bit of power read there. Hoban did a
No
good job.
gain on the play. Now it's brought down by the free safety, came up to make the tackle, Tyson Campbell. So the safety's getting up in the running game. When that happens, that's the time you want to take a shot down the middle of the field.
Still playing man. It looked like they were bringing a little bit of pressure there, Hoban.
So 2nd and 9 now for St. Vincent St. Mary. We got 2 receivers left, 2 backs in the backfield, receiver wide right.
There's that.
Quarterback rolls out. He's got the fullback open in the flats for an 8-yard gain. And that was number 15, the quarterback, Markel Carter, completes this pass to number 43, the senior defensive end, halfback, tight end, Caden Spry. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 now for the Irish.
Looks like they're changing personnel here. Spry's going off the field. Their fullback.
So big 3rd and 1 for the Irish here. 2 receivers right, receiver wide left, wing to the left. Now comes in motion, under center. He'll take the snap, fumbles the snap. I believe he recovered it, but they were trying to get the QB sneak for a yard, and Hoban,
Looks like
Jason
Hoban got the
Martin,
ball.
just, he blew up the center. He fumbled the snap, but Jason Martin blew up the center.
I kind of question that call. I would just, run with my normal tailback, but they try to motion that guy in.
Try to get fancy.
And get fancy and go under the center, which he's probably not used to, going under center. It looks like it's just a bad exchange and turnover. Like we talked earlier, that, St. V's turning the ball over. This has kind of been their thing a little bit this season.
So Hoban will take over in St. Vincent St. Mary territory. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Formation we've seen most of the game. 2 receivers wide right, 2 receivers tight to the left. Spurling wide, which indicates kind of that jet sweep look. And they're going to throw the ball right down the middle of the field. Wide open. Javion Crable, touchdown.
Great play. Great play call.
So they brought a man in motion, faked that power read that they ran earlier. The safety came up. Javion Crable replaced him right off the seam, was really backpedaling waiting for that ball. There was nowhere near. Not a great throw by Ja'Kai Long, but it's completed for a touchdown. So 1 play, 1 touchdown, 2nd time tonight for Hoban. And after this kickoff, there will be a running clock for the second half until St. Vincent St. Mary gets this back under 30 points.
Offsides.
So we've got a penalty here. It's going to be offsides on St. Vincent St. Mary. They've blocked 1 extra point. Pressure, got to Hoban. They must have had some issues later with a bad snap, and they missed an extra point right. But now Burns will come in and after they decline the penalty and kick the extra point again. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it's good. So the score here.
We got a penalty.
We got another penalty here after some jawing.
A little chippy there.
After the play. So from InfoCision Stadium, it is the Hoban Knights 40, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 7, with 7 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. Officials are together discussing the penalty. Gives us opportunity before the kickoff to talk about some of our sponsors. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, located in Portage Lakes, and no job is too big or too small for them. Contact them at 330-606-1126. Red Door Apparel and Clothier, located on Hills and Dales in Canton, right near St. Michael's. If you need a suit, if you need some high-end clothing, if you're a man, you need dressed up, you got a big date coming up, you're going to propose, something like that, go to Red Door Apparel and Clothier. They'll hook you up. You need a some snakeskin shoes, go there as well. He's got it all. The Spirit of Stark. Custom apparel there, and their new home at 409 Erie Street North in Massillon. They can fulfill any order, big or small, with their state-of-the-art equipment, and they also do custom embroidery. You can call them at 330-806-6745. After the game, we will announce our finallyhereohio.com player of the game. Chris McCready's and his team are located at 1201 30th Street Northwest in Canton. You can contact them at 330-492-1212 and schedule your free hearing evaluation. So Burns is now ready to tee it up after the penalty at St. Vincent St. Mary's own 45-yard line. The ball lands at the 2, goes out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. So the Irish will take over on their own 20-yard line, looking to answer the score. So as we said, OHSAA rules, it is over 30 points in the second half, so we will have a running clock, except for the change of possession,
They're going to run it now.
injuries, those types of things. So the clock now is running, and St. Vincent St. Mary's will need a score to get that to stop.
So now they're going to just spread it out now.
So now they come out 2 by 2, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Carter in the shotgun. He's going to swing it out quick right now to number 22 in the flats, and that'll be enough for a first down. So just go out, throw it right now to your slot receiver, Jason Walter, the senior linebacker wide receiver. Get it out to him quick, and St. V looks like they may hurry up a little bit.
Yeah, they got to get a little more tempo in their offense now. Down a lot. Got to move the ball.
Yeah, Carter's been pretty good in this game throwing the ball. Like you said, they've had some drops, missed some opportunities. So we'll have 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Carter in the backfield, ready to take the snap, running back on his right hip. He's going to hand it off to number 5, and Hoban's all over in the backfield. He escapes the tackle, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that was the senior, Santino Harper, on the carry. Hoban really able to penetrate there on the defensive line. You know, this Hoban front 7 is just loaded with talent. Ricky Williams, Division I prospect. Eli Lee, the young sophomore, playing well. Caleb Jones playing well. David Bell, Grant Thompson, Jason Martin, Jordan Pritchard Sewell, who's been playing for a while. Big defensive end. We haven't said his name much tonight. So now we've got a timeout by Hoban as they may change what they're doing. They've been playing a lot of man in this game.
Yeah, load the box.
But with the lead and St. Vincent St. Mary's spreading it out, they probably want to change coverages there.
Yeah, they were showing a 5-man front earlier in this series, and now I think they might be changing it up now that with them. They struggled on the bubble play when there was 2 by 2, but I think now they might change some personnel, get out of that 5-man front.
So this gives us an opportunity to talk about some more of our sponsors. Ben Wallenberg's Chocolates and Nuts, located in the Fulton Drugs Plaza on Harrison across from Stadium Park in Canton. Does bulk orders. Holidays are coming. Call him. He just renovated the storefront. Absolutely phenomenal. I go in there and get cashews and his mixed nuts all the time to watch the Browns. Sometimes they make me choke on them, but, you know, he makes phenomenal stuff in there, so give him a visit. You can check him out at bwchocolates.com. So after the timeout by Hoban, St. Vincent St. Mary comes out, 2nd and 9 at their own 33-yard line. They're in the shotgun. Carter's in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. That is Harper, the single back. And there's a penalty on the play, and Jason Martin, who's right over the ball, got a head start. And that's going to be a penalty. And Coach Terrell is not happy about that, and he's going to pull him out and give him an earful. You know, you wonder with Jason Martin being banged up into the game with a 40-7 lead, it might be important just to keep him out the rest of the way, keep him healthy. He's an integral part of this defense and has been over the past 3 years.
We've all been yelled at Terrell in our day, right?
Yeah, Coach Terrell's yelled at us all in our day, so it's something that's happened. So trips left, single receiver right. Harper still in the backfield. Carter in the shotgun. Now he fakes the handoff. He's right up the middle. He's running all the way down to the 50-yard line. Good enough for a St. Vincent St. Mary first down.
See if they'll go tempo here.
Jason Martin back in the game now for Hoban after the tongue lashing. And that's a nice play. I mean, Markel Carter, like we said, we've had some drops, a few somewhat inaccurate balls, but they were all catchable balls.
Yeah.
He's ran the ball well. I think he missed one hole on a quarterback counter, but he's playing well for St. Vincent St. Mary's. They just haven't materialized. They haven't been able to put drives together.
Yes.
So they come back out, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, 2 backs in the backfield, hand off to Santino Harper, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. That's number 33.
Lee made that big play there.
Yeah, Eli Lee, the sophomore. Hoban only has 2 seniors starting on this defense.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And they play about 14, 15 different guys throughout the game. But this is still a pretty young defense for the Knights. So St. Vincent St. Mary's, after getting stuffed on first down, will come out. 2 receivers left, single receiver right, split backs. They scored earlier out of this formation on the draw. Now Carter's going to, he was back.
Fumble.
The ball's out. He kind of tried to escape, but Pritchard Sewell, who we just were talking about, pushed the tackle
Hoban's
right
ball.
into the quarterback, forced Carter to fumble, and number 5, David Bell, recovered. So second consecutive turnover on drives for St. Vincent St. Mary, and Hoban will now take over
You could just see right now
in St. V territory.
St. V's coming out here. Just looks like
Walking a little bit.
Yeah, a little depleted.
And, it's tough. Anytime you lose, it hurts. But especially in the playoffs, you're losing to your rival.
Mm-hmm.
These seniors have done a phenomenal job. Coach Sistone's done a phenomenal job in his first year. They're 8-3, playing like one of the better teams in the state, and no one really expected it. So Hoban comes out, trips bunch to the right, handoff to Sperling again. He is down 5 yards, and you wonder why Lamar Sperling's in the game.
Yeah, you think you rest him.
So the clock is running. We still are in a running clock situation. There's just over 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Hoban will bring the tight end in the game here. 2nd and 5.
Back in the
We're
Wildcat.
back. Yep, back in that Wildcat-looking formation. We've got trips to the right, tight end wing to the left, Sperling all by himself in the backfield. Kind of a power sweep here. Look, they pull both guards. Sperling breaks a tackle. Now they've got guys on his ankles, and he's down right about at the first down marker.
I don't know if they might measure here. Oh, nope, they're calling it a first
They're calling it a first down. So that's a first down for Hoban. We're inside 3 minutes now in the third quarter. Hoban's trying to get in the end zone for the 6th time tonight. Seventh time.
Oh, they got too many men on the field.
Yep. That'll happen when you have a variety of different personnel groupings there. And that's listening. You just got to listen,
Oh,
right?
listen to personnel.
Yeah. So another penalty on Hoban. They have had some penalties tonight. One called a touchdown back, but not as bad as their 16 penalty performance at Green Street back in Week 7. So Hoban now has 2 receivers to the left, wing to the left, man in motion, handoff on the jet sweep, dancing, nowhere to go, and they handed it off again there to number 0. Peyton Cook, the freshman, 6', 165. And that will bring up 3rd down now. I believe there's 2nd down on the scoreboard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe both those penalties got me screwed up. So it'll be 2nd down and 16. Sperling's still in the game. Jaquai Long's still in the game. All of the Hoban starters still in the game. We're inside a minute to go in this third quarter. 2 receivers right, single receiver left, fullback in the backfield, tailback in the backfield. Now St. Vincent St. Mary's going to blitz.
Yeah, they brought some pressure.
They tackle him right around the line of scrimmage. Where was that in the first half?
Yeah.
I mean, those are the things that you need to do.
He came up
okay, hey, we know they're running ISO. Go meet that. I don't know if it was a blitz or they're just meeting him downhill now. It's exactly how you play ISO.
Yeah, that linebacker came downhill, met that fullback in the hole, and had Sperling
blow it up.
Yeah, he had to bounce the ball outside. And
so now it'll be 3rd and long for Hoban, 3rd and 12 at the St. Vincent St. Mary 34-yard line. That'll be the end. Yeah, the clock will wind to the end of the 3rd quarter, and it is the Stark Media Team YouTube stream game of the week, and it is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 40, St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish 7.
Now, do you pull Sperling out of the game here?
If I'm Hoban, I leave the offensive line starters in. I leave Jaquai Long in. I get young skill guys in at the rest of these positions to finish this drive. Maybe take a couple more minutes off, then get the rest of your starters out. Substitute the older guys out on defense. Those types of things because this clock's going to run.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I do. I'd leave the starting offensive line in for the rest of this drive. Maybe leave Jaquai Long in there to hand it off and manage the offense, and then go young the rest of the way. So
try to get a first down here, and then pull those starters out.
So it appears I still see Jaquai Long in the game.
Yeah, and I still see Sperling in the game.
So maybe he's going to say, okay, hey, you guys finish this drive, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll try to get this first down, and then see if St. V's brings pressure again.
Yeah, Hoban really likes to run the tunnel screens, those types of things in these situations, the middle screen. So we've got trips to the right, single receiver to the left, a 6-man box. Hoban might just run it, And they're going to roll out to the right, just a flood pattern. Long throws it to Sperling in the flats. St. Vincent St. Mary does a great job. It was number 51 and 22 combined for that tackle. That was Nick Gage, and number 22 is
Jason Walters.
Jason Walter. There were some, Scotty Walter, who played for St. Vincent St. Mary in the past. I'm sure there's some sort of relation there. Was a very good player, football and basketball for the Irish. It's his brother. We get confirmation here from the St. Vincent St. Mary stats people who've treated us great tonight with stats and Kit Kat bars, and hopefully they're not poison since I used to coach at Hoban, but they don't appear to be so far. So we've got they got cannolis for everybody else. So Hoban back to pass now, throws the hitch to the single receiver side, number 22. Not sure why they're throwing the ball here, but
First
that's
down.
what he's trying to do, and that's going to be a first down out on 4th and 9. So we're inside 11 minutes here to go in this 4th quarter. Hoban with a healthy lead here. St. Vincent St. Mary just missed opportunities, and a couple turnovers have prevented them from getting back in this game. Lamar Sperling has been phenomenal as always. He's back in that wildcat formation now. Trips to the left. They're going to run kind of a lead ISO zone there for about 6 yards on first down. If Hoban plays their cards right, they could probably give this ball back to St. Vincent St. Mary under 6 minutes to go. Now we've got some substitution personnel for Hoban. St. Vincent St. Mary, they've had a great season, but they have a ton of seniors on this, roster that they're going to have to replace next year. But, as your first year on the head coach, it's important to instill your culture.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the most important thing. If you can get wins, that's great. And they've done that. I mean, they're in the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Sperling off tackle to the left, and he is into the end zone for his 5th touchdown of the game. So it is now Hoban 46, St. Vincent St. Mary 7. The clock is stopped for the score and then the change of possession. I mean, there's a lot of very good players in the state of Ohio, all over it. But, Lamar Sperling, with the numbers he puts up, a lot of times in the press, these votings for Mr. Football, it goes to the stats.
Yeah.
And there's been times where, I feel like it's obvious, like, okay, this kid's the best player in Ohio, but the writers don't always get to see everybody across the state, and they
Yes.
lean on stats. Lamar Sperling now, with the regular season and postseason, is now at 50 touchdowns for a running back. And a lot of these games have been running clock in the second half. That's hard to ignore.
Oh, yeah.
He's committed to Buffalo to play. A little undersized. A lot of carries on his legs for a high school back. Not like Todd Sibley back in the early, when Tim Terrell's early years there. We used to run Todd Sibley 20 times a game only because we knew we needed him in the playoffs. He couldn't, with his type of style running, we knew his body wasn't going to last if we were going to pound him 30 times a game. But now, with the talent that Hoban has all over the field, it's just really an embarrassment of riches, kind of like some of those St. Vincent, St. Mary teams that Dan Borman had that won state championships. Look at those guys that play in the NFL. You had multiple guys, all over that team that were outstanding college players and, still making an impact playing football now. So Hoban kicks it deep to St. Vincent, St. Mary, field at the 5-yard line, run all the way up to the 25 where they'll make the tackle here. There was talk, and I don't know you don't know what to believe, because one side says, they don't want to play us. The other side says, hey, we're just trying to schedule 2. There's talk that this game may not happen next year. We don't know the validity of that. I'm hoping both sides will get together and say, hey, let's play. And Coach, maybe when Coach Nickel was there, that they weren't as competitive and said, why are we even playing these guys? But, Coach Sistone has done a great job in 1 year making this program a contender again. They can play on their best night with anyone in the state of Ohio as the ball comes out here on second down. We talked about earlier, St. Vincent St. Mary's really struggled with turnovers all year. I believe they got the ball back there
Went right back
on
to
a
them.
nice bounce. But, I'd love to see this game continue to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And not just because of the great experience for the kids, but there's a lot of people on both sides, alumni, that are friends, that they tailgate and they do all those things and they talk trash, throughout the week. So hopefully this rivalry can continue. It's paused before and came back on. So St. Vincent St. Mary now with the ball, second down, man in motion, running the counter, off tackle. Hoban is in the backfield there to stop it, and that is number 5, I believe, David Bell on the tackle. Or that might have been Jordan Pritchard Sewell on the tackle there. Hoban's got some numbers that are tough to see from all the way up here.
His jersey looked like it was pulled up a little bit, too, from the angle we were looking at.
So third down and long now for St. Vincent St. Mary. As the clock runs here, and it's been a quick second half. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Carter back in the shotgun, drops straight back. Now he avoids the rush, gets away from it again. Oh, that's actually number 17 in the game.
Just dropped the ball.
We apologize. That was number 17 in the game. That is Gabe Mansell, the sophomore, 6 foot 180. Did a great job. Showed a little poise there. It's tough to throw those balls late on the sideline. The receivers need to work away, run a little scramble drill there. But, it's nice to give the sophomore some experience.
Yeah, especially in a playoff game.
I would imagine Hoban's just going to go punt safe here. They've came after a couple today. They've blocked one, which was really a huge game-changing play. St. Vincent St. Mary's offense, they want to run the ball. They got into a 14-0 hole early. Had felt the need to throw the ball. A couple drives that wasn't successful, and then that really dug them even deeper. So here's the snap. Punt. It's going to be fielded by Hoban, number 22, right at about the 45-yard line. And that is number 22 for Hoban is Parker Falkenstein. He's been doing all the punt return duties today back there along with Tyson Campbell. They have chosen not to kick Tyson Campbell. Good reason why. Another Division I prospect there. So going forward, Mike, this Hoban team, obviously, Winton Woods was in a dogfight. They were losing earlier. Team that Hoban lost to in the state championship was really dominated by in the state championship last year. Massillon in Division II is very good. Lake's very good.
Yep.
What do you the ceiling for this? Obviously, we know the goal for this Hoban team is to win the state championship. But after watching them tonight, is there any chinks in the armor that you can see?
We faced both of those, Massillon and Lake this year.
At Glen Oak,
Glen Oak. Massillon played them early in the season, and they're really going now. I mean, they had a young quarterback who's only a sophomore, and I think he was a little shaky in the beginning, but now he's really on a roll.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is really gelled really well.
As a first down carry went to Tremaine Bailey, the junior there. Some backups in now for Hoban.
And then, within Lake, we played Lake, and, they got they have
their defense, unbelievable.
The defense is really good, and their offensive line is big. They're running the ball well. Now with that injury, we'll see what happens. But, they use those dual quarterbacks this year, and sometimes it doesn't work, and for them it's really working.
Mm-hmm. So Hoban now, a variety of substitutions in the game. They're going to hand off up the middle for about 2 yards. And in at quarterback is number 17, Michael Chivolella, junior quarterback, 6'2", 185. But, yeah, I've watched Massillon a lot this year. And obviously my heart usually goes to the Hoban Knights, but I think Massillon's the best team in the state of Ohio. They lost a shootout week 1 to Moeller.
Yeah.
But then when I saw them play St. Ed's, they went down a 14-0 hole early, then outscored them 31-14 the rest of the game. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of things go into it. You got to have luck. You got to have health, coaching. So Hoban hands the ball off here now on third down up the middle. Some of the younger guys getting an opportunity to play, and some of the backup role players. That was 26 on the carry there. Kylan Osby, the 5'9", 178 sophomore, and Hoban will punt now on fourth down. But, a lot of things have to happen. It's not just talent that win you state championships, That's why you play the games. But it's a grind. I mean, now 6 games. You're now, only after winning 3, now you play the regional championships.
Yeah.
So it's a grind to get there, and you got to be able to stay healthy. Hoban will play the winner here of Hudson. And here's the punt by Crable. Nice return. Oh, thought he had some room there.
Yeah.
Kick return there by number 6, Connor Jones. We'll try to get, and then we got a scoring update. It is Lake 16, up 16-7 on Westerville South. So it looks like the Lake Blue Streaks and the Massillon Tigers will be, matching up in a regional final there in Region 7. And let's try to get a Hudson score here to see who Hoban will be playing. But we're now inside of 3 minutes as St. Vincent St. Mary's takes over on offense. We'll have 2 receivers wide right, single receiver left, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff now off the right side. Hoban defense swarms, and that's a 2-yard gain. And I believe it's Hudson and Riverside who are playing. And it is a final score. Hudson beats Riverside 16-14. So Hoban will meet Hudson next week for the Region 5 championship game. St. Vincent St. Mary's now under 2 minutes to play on offense. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. Handoff to number 2. He's had some nice runs earlier. And that is DeAnthony Kelker. He's probably over 100 yards with that carry is my guess, or close to it. He's played well. The seniors played well. Both of these senior running backs for St. Vincent St. Mary have been outstanding this year. Both of them now over 1,000 yards. Both of them 12 touchdowns, I believe. as they're going to hurry up now to finish this game. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Handoff, cuts it back up the middle on the zone play, and that is Kelker again on the carry. And we're inside a minute here. As soon as the game ends, we're under 30 seconds now. St. Vincent St. Mary still has the ball. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left.
Fumble.
Drop, snap, picks it up. Scrambling now, lots of room to run. He's pointing his receiver deep, chucks it deep to the end zone, and it is intercepted. So Hoban ends the game on the interception. I guess they're going to say there's going to be one more play there. Hoban celebrating. They think time ran out. And now they're winding the clock.
And that's game.
And it is your final score from InfoCision Stadium on the University of Akron on the Stark Media Team YouTube stream game of the week. It is the Archbishop Hoban Knights 47, St. Vincent St. Mary's Fighting Irish 7. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back to give you some final stats and recognize our sponsors. All right, we are back, and like we said, final score, Hoban 47, St. Vincent St. Mary 7. We've got some final stats on the game here. Thanks to the St. Vincent St. Mary's stat keepers. Plays. St. Vincent St. Mary had 38 plays for 206 yards, and they had the ball for 19 minutes and 51 seconds. Hoban had the ball 43 plays for 443 yards of offense, 28 minutes on the time of possession. Rushing the ball, it was St. Vincent St. Mary, 25 rushing attempts for 169 yards. Hoban had 38 rushing attempts for 362 yards. Passing, St. Vincent St. Mary's, all but 2 of the throws were by Markel Carter, and they were 4 of 13 for 37 yards passing, the lone interception at the end there. For Hoban, Ja'Kai Long threw all 5 passes, completed all 5 for 81 yards, and the touchdown to Javion Crable. Turnovers, St. Vincent St. Mary, 2 turnovers, two fumbles they lost, 3 turnovers, and the interception and the block punt for a touchdown. That's also a turnover in my mind. First downs, St. Vincent St. Mary had 7. Hoban had 20.
Wow.
Penalties. Not many. Let's see. Penalty yards. St. Vincent St. Mary had 1 for 15. Hoban had 6 for 35. On third down, St. Vincent St. Mary was 1 for 8 on third down. Hoban was 3 of 6. Hoban also 1 of 2 on fourth down. St. Vincent St. Mary punted the ball 5 times. Hoban had punted the ball twice for 24. So individual performances, leading rushing for St. Vincent St. Mary. D'Anthony Kelker had 8 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown, really a bright spot. The longest receiving was that Jason Walter catch for 12 yards. Leaders for Hoban, Ja'Kai Long, like we said, 5 of 5 passing, 81 yards. Javion Crable, 2 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown. And I think you would agree with me, our finally here Ohio.com player of the game is number 32, Lamar Sperling for the Hoban Knights. 29 carries, 286 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That kid's unbelievable.
You know what's so great about him, too, is when just you think they had him tackled for, 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, and then he'd break a tackle and then get in the open field and make a lot of people miss.
Unbelievable. He just keeps going.
And the leg drive, too. He'd have a couple guys on him, and he'd, fall forward for a couple more yards.
Yep. So that'll do it for us here on the Stark Media Team YouTube stream game of the week. Final score from InfoCision Stadium and on the University of Akron's Archbishop Hoban 47, St. Vincent St. Mary 7. We will thank our sponsors, and then we will see you next week. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Every single week at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, we have a playoff preview show. We're going to continue that through the rest of the playoffs. We'll have you covered for all the state championship games, so make sure you're following Stark Media Team on all our social media outlets. One more thank you to all of our sponsors, Red Door Apparel and Clothier, C.H. Vallis and Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, Simon Says Promotions, Ben Wallenberg Chocolates and Nuts, St. Joseph Senior Living, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Spirit of Stark, Leathernecks Nation MC, FinallyHereOhio.com, Quarry Golf and Event Center, and Lindsay's Pizza. For Drew Sarachman and Mike Cook, that is it for us tonight, and have a great weekend.